Still ain't following instructions. Friday they trying to have a closed door. Man, I'm just going to put it out because right now we need the prophet to speak truth to power. Now with all the stuff that's going on, they still not following instructions. 4 got kicked out by the governor because they were supposed to not have closed door meetings. They trying to have another closed door meeting Thursday. 1 had the good sense to get up and walk out and say we going in the same direction because we're not following instructions. You can get in trouble if you don't follow instructions. Follow instructions. Your ability to navigate through the challenges and vicissitudes in life is directly proportionate to your ability to follow instructions. Hear God and obey. Not only do we need to hear and know how to hear and know what to hear, but it's time for us to start seeing what God sees. Your ability to see. See, the prophet Elijah didn't need to see nothing. All he needed to do was hear a word. But his young servant needed some more help. Because the young servant got upset when he saw some things. We need to understand that we're going to make it in America because we can hear a prophetic voice. But the other reason we're going to make it is that somebody's got to have a vision. Somebody got to see something. Anybody can look at something, but it takes something special to see. See, we got to get to the place where we can look beyond what we're looking at. We need to see beyond what we're looking at. This is not a time to fear, but to focus. Oh, Lord, listen. When things get tough, we get all out of whack. And we get emotional. We get all upset. We get mad. And when you do that, you start missing stuff. Anybody ever notice that on your job, you're not on your best, you're not on your P's and Q's if you're not focused? See, if you're not focused, you're not looking at the right thing. And that's what happened to the young servant of Elijah. When the king of Syria got upset and started sending the soldiers and the armies and the chariots and the horses, and he was looking at that, he was focused on the wrong thing. See, we have to learn how to focus. We have to learn how to sharpen our view. When it gets tough, you got to see clearer. When it gets tough, see, anybody been in a place when there was a blur, when there was a haze, when there was a fog, you got to concentrate a little bit more so you can see which way you're going. You got to watch this now. Make sure you get distracted. It's kind of like, watch this now, when you lost and you ride down the street, you're trying to get somewhere and you're driving with your eyes. Anybody notice there's some things that you do, you turn all your distractions off. People next to you talking, shut up. You turn the radio. Come on, talk to me because I'm trying to see. Yeah, now, it don't make no sense, but you kind of got to get it. You're trying to see where you're going, but you don't need no distractions because I'm trying to focus. Somebody in here got folk talking in your ear. It's messed up. You better get out. You better change. You better do this. You better do that. No, hush. I need to focus. Turn the radio off. Turn the TV off. Get on your knees and get focused. I'm tired of looking. It's time for me to see. Oh, I know you're looking at a county that's lost accreditation, but I need you to see that this county and a county that's about to come together. I know it looks like that there's parents that are apathetic, but I need you to see that there's people who finally said it's time to wake up. It's time to rise up. It's time to get involved. It's time to go to meetings. It's time to be involved in the PTA. It's time to know. It's time to hold people accountable. I know what you're looking at, but it's time for me to show you what I want to show you. When things get tough, we got to know who to look to. When things get tough, we got to know who to look for. We need to get focused and we need to be looking to the right thing. Elijah showed his young protege. He had to remind him, don't look at the army, see God's grace. Don't look at the problem, see God's promise. See, some people might give up hope and think all is lost. Some people look at a situation and they stay focused on the problem too long. But this young protege had to learn this important message that the psalmist says, where did my help come from? From whence cometh my help? My help comes from the Lord. I will look unto the hills from which cometh my help. Many of you got your head down, and that's in the wrong direction. See, as long as you're looking down here, you're only looking at what you're looking at. But I want you to just take a break and stop looking at the bankruptcy. Stop looking at the loss. Stop focusing on what's been destroyed and focus on what we have at our disposal. It's time to see that it is a time to not be fixated on fear, but we need to see the hope of what can be. Today is a season of promises and possibilities, and you need to start looking to God, who's the author and the finisher of our faith. I need you to understand that all is not lost. It's not as bad as it seems. The odds are better than you first believed. Some people think there's no hope, and that's what the young protege saw. There's an army all around us. What are we going to do? The county's home values are going down. What are we going to do? What's going to happen if we don't get this? Stop focusing on that. And we need to see that if you look up in the hills, our salvation is closer than you believe. If you would trust in God, and if you would see through hope and anticipation, if you would see through the promise of God, you can see that when you thought you were alone, when you thought everybody had turned their back on you, you look up and you see all around in the mountains, there's chariots and horses of fire. I'm here to let somebody know there's more of us with them, that there's more with us than there is with them. There's more things going for us than there are against us.